We are live.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, Tina. How are
Good
you?
day. Good. I guess. Yeah, good. We're talking about how we're feeling, and it's like
Right.
we're feeling heavy.
Very heavy. These are very, very heavy energies that came into August. I wasn't expecting it. I thought things were lightening up, so it's a little jarring, right?
Yeah, for some people. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's almost like while we're waiting for people to sign in, it's like um, the reality of life gets in the way. That's how I like to put it with the energy of this month,
I
even
like
though
that.
I didn't put it in
Yeah.
the theme. So
Yes.
welcome, welcome. We're waiting for people to join in. I
Yes.
hope people are coming.
I hope so. I was looking for us on the feed and I don't see us yet, so we'll show up.
It'll
Maybe we're
come.
not even on. Who knows?
It says we're on. Like, I
Does
don't
it?
know. I don't know. Oh, here, one person showed up.
Thank you.
Hey, whoever you are. Oh,
Thank
it's
you so
it's your
much.
mom. It's your
Hello,
mom.
Mom. Hello. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks, Doreen. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few more. They're coming. Yeah, I guess there's just a delay. So
Okay.
as we're welcoming everyone in, we just do little chit chat banter at the beginning. And so this show, even though it's, yeah, half of August has passed, we're going to talk about the energies for August because why not? There's still value in that, right? Because we
I
can
love that.
we can
Yes.
we can share what we've been feeling or dealing with, and then it's like, okay, how can we be prepared for the rest of the month? Or if people want to give their 2 bits, like, yeah, we welcome everyone to share their thoughts and feelings about the energies for this month
Absolutely.
in
I
the
am
chat
waiting
room.
to hear how everyone is feeling this month because I am feeling really lost this month. I mean, we had a death in our family this last week, a week
Yeah.
ago,
It wasn't
almost a
your
week
dad.
ago.
It wasn't your dad. For those that
No,
have been
it was
watching, because
not.
they know your dad's got
That's
cancer. It's
right.
not your
Dad is
dad. Yeah.
doing well.
Yeah.
Dad is doing well. He's getting some scans done this week. So if everyone could just please send him healing light for these scans so we can see where we're at with the cancer for Dad, for Walter. So that I would love
Yeah.
that. I love you all. Thank you all so much. And I've received messages of support and I can't tell you how much that means to me, especially in
Oh,
these days and times. Everyone is hurting right now. So
yeah.
I do
Yeah.
appreciate it so much. But no, we lost my brother's ex-wife, Peggy Herzog Adams, and it was such a shock. And her kids, Maddie and Andrew, I'm just devastated for. And if you could just send them some healing light as well, it's just been really hard. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
she was young because
she was very young,
you said
61.
61. That's young.
So
And
way
so
too young.
sudden. So sudden because it makes you think, right? Like, I know, even though I never knew her, like it made, when you told me that, it made me stop and think, like, well, I'm only this many years
Me
away
too.
from that
I
age.
know.
And it's like, that could have, like, am I living a life I want to? Like, yeah, you go that down
Right.
that road, or
Of course
some
you
of
do.
us do. Yeah.
You realize how precious every moment is, it really
Yeah.
truly is. So yeah, I'm questioning my choices as well. I think everyone does in moments of grief like that. So,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
been a hard year for everybody losing people. I know I'm not alone in that either. So my
Yeah.
heart truly goes out to the world right now. I mean, we are in a time of crises right now all around, and you and I were talking about August being the month kind of avoidance. And I feel like I'm there, like I'm just avoiding everything because everything seems so crucial. Everyone is so willful right now in what they're doing in their actions, which makes sense for the year that we're in because we need to move forward and get these actions going.
Yeah.
But it can be a harsh environment.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, the like it's a number 5 year because I do numerology, and Julie likes to tune in with the tarot and other things. And it's about, expressing our freedom, and change is happening. And sometimes, like, we're not always paying attention, but like we're always changing, right? And it could be like changing our mind, changing our dreams, our ideas. So sometimes it means like we have to change our path. Like, we think we're going down this way, and our path changes, right? And it's so
Right.
we have to adjust, and it's triggering changes in ourselves on every level, emotionally, physically, materially, spiritually, right?
Yes.
So it's enough. Like, and I want to say the energy for 2021 is we're like the last few months of it, because it'll start to wind down in October or finish in October.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the universe is pushing us, okay, this is it. Like, we're almost near the
Finish line.
finish line, but there's all this stuff we got to deal with,
Yeah,
right? Or
I
all
do.
these, that's
We have
being
to
thrown
look
in our
at.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
get that for sure. Hello, Carissa. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, Nicole. Thank you guys so much for joining us. How are you guys doing this month? How are the energies treating you and yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
Feels a
Yeah,
little
because
beat up.
everyone's different. Everyone
Yeah.
handles it differently, and it doesn't mean one's, we're better than the other, or one's right or wrong. It's, we're all coming from different levels or, ways. Yeah. So we're going to talk about August energy, right? So according to numerology, the tarot, what
Yes.
else? Oh, the spirit animal, and any psychic, I was going to say inklings. So yeah, any psychic inklings that Julie and I pick up on. And again, those that are here watching and in the chat room, feel free to share any comments or thoughts about it too,
Yes, please do.
Yeah. So August, it's
August.
in numerology, it's a number 4 month. And the number 4 is basically, it's about work, like getting to work and working at it. And so, it can be in the literal sense about job, like, what we do for jobs, because it's more about the job, and what kind of job we do. Even though it might be a career, you think you got the best career, it's going to feel like work,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
Yeah, it is.
And it's like even just working at things. So whether that's on a personal level too, like it could be like, I got to work at improving my attitude, or I got to work at improving my finances. Like there's something in your life that's going to need work, and it just feels harder because 4 likes, it's about putting in the effort and being prepared, and you're laying down the foundation, and you don't always get the rewards. So that's why it feels tough, and it's a serious number. It doesn't like to laugh. It doesn't like to have fun. And that could be why, like the avoidance we were talking about, like trying to avoid,
Yeah.
because it just feels like work in a way, doesn't it? Like,
It does. Yeah. I feel like I've been doing this work for too long. Yeah.
Yeah. Like people are like, let's say, I don't know, want to work on a project or bringing up a discussion. And it's like, and sometimes I think like, do I want to join that conversation? No, because it's too much work. Like I feel like, just bringing up the points or talking about it. It's like, you know what? No, and that's how it is. Like, it's okay. It's like, yeah.
Well, and we're tired. We're tired. We've been under this pandemic for too long now, but no pandemic lasted a year in history. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
But we're tired. And 4 is also the number for healing too. The 4 of Swords is the healing time, the rest time after the war too. But those swords are still all pointing down. There's still time. There's still things that we need to be done. But you need to take a break in between that eye of the storm too. And 21 just seems like it just keeps pushing things at us to deal with, and in our face kind of energy too.
Yeah.
But also that brings up the 4 of Cups too, which can make you feel like avoidance and denial, and all is lost. There's a lot of doom and gloom around us too. All of these predictions of end of times and things weigh on our souls. We can't really hear that much more rhetoric of it's the end. We need to start over with the beginning now, because it is the end of a certain way of life, a certain way of thinking, a certain there's endings to tribes all over the world. Friendships are dissolving, relationships are dissolving, but you're navigating to people who are understanding of how you're feeling about things too. So it's easy
Yeah.
to navigate towards the negative because there's so much of it out there, and
Yeah.
theories and what's happening underneath it all. But the truth is that we are all looking for a better way. We're all looking for freedom, and we're all looking for healing, because it's been hard for every single one of us. Even that person screaming in your face, seemingly losing it all,
Hmm.
they're feeling exactly like you. They just want better, and they just want to feel better. And
Yeah.
that's what we're all reaching for, is just to feel better. So
Yeah.
how do
Yeah.
we do that, right?
I know, right? Yeah, it's not easy. It's hard because of the energy of the four. And four, I want to say something. Four is a number that likes proof.
Yeah.
It likes reality. So, even for the best of us, because we were talking about this, right? Because we don't call ourselves woohoo people, but because I think we have a good balance of, like, we deal with
Everyday life stuff.
with
Yeah.
life stuff, human
Yeah.
stuff, but we
Right.
also have like an interest in the spiritual or, esoteric side of life. I want to say we're pretty good that way. But the four, it's like it likes to look at, okay, what's really going on here?
Mm-hmm.
What they want, the facts, they want the proof. And like, and at times we need that in our lives. We need that because it's to help us make choices and to make decisions. We need those energies, and
Oh, sorry.
that's okay.
I'm gonna mute, but maybe they'll stop.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, go
See,
on.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Stop.
Like there's the reality is, see, that's a reality. Like dogs bark.
Dogs bark.
Yeah.
That's right.
So where was I going with this? Yeah. So we want proof, and like, you know, things are heating up with COVID again.
Yeah, they are. It's getting
And
scary again. Yeah.
and it's like even escalating now, where because now there's what was I saying in the forecast? So it's a 4 month and then the year's a 5, and those numbers don't jive together at all.
No.
They don't like each other. They don't work well together, because
Yeah.
one is about the rules and following the rules, and the 5, the 4 is like that, and the 5 is like, I want to break the rules.
Yeah.
Screw the establishment.
Done.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not following anything or anyone.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that dynamic is happening because of the COVID with the vaccines now. Now it's like, how many governments and corporations are bringing in, well, you're going to have a vaccine, or you have to prove that you have a vaccine if you want to do this or do that.
Yeah.
So there's that, and it's like, well, a question of our freedoms and our rights, and so things are just escalating and heating up, and I'm like, I just want to avoid it all. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I'm just done, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Me
I don't
too.
know how many people are done. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
And no, we're not. I mean, our lives are going to change, and I don't know if it's about, ending so much. It's just that we're going on a different path now. We're being taken a different path, and it's hard. Like, it's going to be hard going down this different path. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it is all kind of new to us. This is a new world. It really is. We're already on the other side of this new world, right? I mean, we all think differently than we did before. We've all
Yeah.
changed our perspective quite drastically
Yeah.
since, I'd say, for years, not even COVID. It started shifting long before COVID, is this
Yeah.
fear mentality, and social media obviously plays a huge role in that, because we had our fears growing up. If you remember, there were these predictions and scares and fears, but it didn't go viral like it does now on
No.
the internet.
No, because there was no such thing. That's right. So it's like every generation, there's something. There's always a threat to our livelihood, our lives,
That's
and
right. We've been here before.
yeah, yeah. So the thing is, it's okay. So how? I mean,
So I'm thinking the
yeah.
4 is all about home too. The 4 also brings in the 4 of Wands, which is a
Oh
really
yeah.
home-based, grounding energy, and home, people that you surround yourself with, the people that love you.
Mm.
Even more so than the people you love is the people that love you. And that's who you're surrounding yourself with. We need to kind of start these new lives really with these home-based,
Mhm.
centerings and groundings, and use your home, use your surroundings to really ground you into this new energy, because that will help quite a bit. And that's part of the 4 too, is starting over, and new beginnings too. So it's just a shift. It's just kind of a shift of perspective that we're going through. Well, those shifts are never easy, right?
No, no, no. And I think, like, yeah, like you're right about the 4, like it's an energy too that likes, because it's the foundation,
That's right.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, okay, what kind of stability and security? What gives us comfort? What supports us? And that's what we need to find, and that's what we need for each other.
That's right.
So sometimes it's a matter of agreeing to disagree with the
Yes.
other person,
Yeah.
right?
You don't
Because it's
have to
like,
agree.
yeah, because
Yeah.
is it going to be worth engaging in a fight or in a
Right.
heated debate or argument, whatever it is,
Right.
right? Over something that you can't agree on.
And sometimes when you get fed up with things, I'm going to talk about my daughter Rosie, because
Okay. Yeah.
Rosie has always had. I'm going to start because she's doing soaps now. So
Yeah.
Rosie has always had very, very sensitive skin. She had to be so careful of every soap she has ever used her entire life, because she's acne prone. But she's got dry areas. It's been really hard. She's tried every medication you can imagine, and they literally burn holes through her face. These
Mm.
medications are horrible. So come August, we're all starting these new things. What are we fed up with? What are we done doing? What? And that's frustrating in itself, learning what you can't tolerate anymore. But it does spark in, the 4 of Wands is also about action, creative action from home too. So from your
Right.
foundation and what and your experiences, and where can you go with these things. So she started making these organic soaps, and they're wonderful. They have cleared up her skin. They have cleared up my skin, which I love them. They're the best soaps ever. And she's opened a website, she's opened a store. So everybody check out rosie-organics.com. And I have a few of the soaps, Tina, too. She's made the Seascape one with aqua
Wow.
fresh. She's so
So pretty.
creative too. This one is energizing, and she's using the chakras and all kinds of things. She's made like this desert rose with honeysuckle
Yeah.
rose, and some designs, a watermelon one. She's got all kinds of really creative things. But the important thing is they're all organic ingredients in them. And they're medicine for the soul, aromatherapy. They smell good. You can smell them in the shower. So there's things you can use to shift your perspective. When you're fed up with something too, that's a great starting point to say, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
done with this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you get started in something else, and then you get there comes that ambition and drive and hope, because all of us need just some hope right now for a future, because the future just
Yeah.
seems so uncertain. It's such
But
uncertain times.
but that's because of the energy of this month.
That's
It's
right.
because it's like we're being pushed like the reality, right?
That's
So
right.
if you think like, okay, I don't know, because I know there's people, let's say, on the fence about getting the vaccine. I'm going to wait. I'm going to
Yes,
wait.
of course. Yeah.
So they're waiting, but what they're seeing in the world is like, but the reality is, if I don't have a vaccine, then I can't do this, this, this.
That's
So
right.
they don't have no hope. It
That's
gets
right.
them down, right?
That's right. They're scared.
So,
Yes.
so I mean, I don't know what to say about that, because it's almost like this is out of our hands,
I
right? Some of
love
these.
Sherry. Yeah, I see. It is out of our hands. Absolutely. Yes. I see.
So, we
Well,
have.
to a point now, because you did mention the 4 is also, and you mentioned the tarot card was the Emperor. So this cracked me
Mhm.
up, Tina, because the Emperor is number 4 in the tarot. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No,
But
I
look,
didn't pay attention to that, but I kept getting like the emperor and like him putting his
I love
fist
it.
down on his palm, like the gauntlet's going
That's
down.
right.
He's getting firm or tough.
There's that control, like Rosie taking control of her skin. There's that control. There's that chess piece he's got in the Emperor card. The
Oh
Emperor
yeah.
is all about foundations and institutions and laws and rules, and um, it's a bit of a boss mentality, a take the
Right.
lead card. We've been following with social media too. You follow these ideas and these thoughts, and you think, well, that resonates with me. But the emperor
Yeah.
doesn't do that. The emperor is the one creating the thoughts and the ideas, and everyone else is wondering whether they like that or not. He's the leader. He's the leader. So maybe that's just a time. August is a time to be the leader in your own life. Stop following and saying, well, that resonates with me, so that must be my path. What is your path? Make your own path. Carve your own path.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
just settle for, well, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. There, of course, there are things out of our hands.
Yeah.
I'm especially laws and freedoms and things like this. But I guess that's the point. If it's out of your hands, what's your next move? What's your next move here? There's got to be action, and the Four of Wands keeps coming up to me with that action. Now is the
Right.
time to take action. It's
Yeah.
not the time to just be in the angry mob. It's the time to step out of that mob and take some action to truly change things. Truly change
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, so it's like laying the groundwork, what steps
Yeah,
are you going to,
lay
yeah,
the
and I mean,
groundwork.
you're
I
not going
love
to
that.
get, yeah, so laying the groundwork, what steps are you going to take to create the life you want, to break free from what you're
Yes,
not liking, because that's what it's about to,
that's right.
um, putting in extra effort work, right? Because it's
Yeah.
not a time to relax or sit back on
No,
your laurels, right? Like
exactly. That's a
it's
great way to
almost,
put it. Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, we're seeing like what's working and not working. You're gonna find out and discover what's working and not working in your life. And it's like, what can I do to change that, right? Like what action or what do I need to get going or,
Yeah.
to make that change.
Yeah.
And as you go along, you're going to discover too, it's like, well, now I got to change this on this path or change that. Like it's not just one direct
Right.
way, right? And little
Yes.
things. So yeah, just, I always say like it's like a time of, you roll up your sleeves and you just get to work and you are
Yeah.
working on things. And it's basically about work, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
persistence in that work. Persistence.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself,
Yeah.
because there's not a lot to believe in right now.
Yeah.
So just believe in yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, do the best that you can. And I mean,
Yeah.
one of the few things that I, wrote too was like best laid plans came
Yeah.
through. So it is four likes to make plans and it likes to think ahead because it's always more about the future than what's happening now. So best laid plans, you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to plan this out because, down the road, blah, blah, blah. So just be flexible because there's going to leave room for error, leave room for changes, whether that's a change coming from another direction or whether that's another person or an event or because you change your own mind with something because
Yeah.
that's the combination of the energies this month. I know it's like we're trying to create some sort of stability and security and it's like, well, things keep changing on us,
Yeah.
or things aren't always falling into place, and that's the
Yeah.
energies, how they work
Yeah.
together right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My friend Sherry just logged on. She's the one
Yeah.
that just commented there. She just retired after like 30 years of teaching. And so
Wow.
talk about change. This is probably a whole new life for you, Sherry, and I hope you're enjoying it. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of change happening, right? In everyone's lives, it's hitting on such a personal level. It's just coming right to the front door.
It's probably a good time to retire too, right?
Yeah,
Like who wants to?
right? I'm so jealous.
I know.
Right? I want to retire.
You don't have to deal with
Oh my God.
any students during this mess.
Right? Yeah, that had to be really hard. I'm sure it's hard for every teacher out there right now too. I feel for you. For
Yeah.
sure. Hi, Lona. How are you doing? She says she's super happy and lots of great hopes for the future. Look, it gave her great hope for the future. So her
Yeah.
retirement. So good for you. And I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And I want to say, like, for those, what was I going to say? Thinking ahead. Yeah. So it's a heavy month. It'll feel heavy. Um, sometimes too, it's a matter of like work with what you've got, or work with what you know, or work with, what feels right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going with the tried and true method.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, like, another thing that came up was, what's your why? So if you're
Yeah.
having a hard time deciding, or you're feeling down, like, life is crappy or whatever, what's your why? That could be like, so what motivates you to want to do that dream, or what motivates you to make that decision? Like, that can help sometimes to get out of the funk, or to,
Yes.
get things pushing or moving in your life or for yourself,
Yes. I like
right?
that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah. Question
Yeah,
yourself all the time. And listen to your gut, to your own instincts too. So many of us just push that off as we're crazy, or when you have that feeling, it's just not right. It's not right. Listen to your gut
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
And if you're
yeah.
listening to us right now, if you are a healer. You are, because you're interested in changing the world. You want the world to be a better place. You want the world to be healed. And so healers are really, really going through the gambit. Every healer, every tarot card reader, every psychic, and I have a lot of friends that are feeling this kind of, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep holding the light when it's so dark around me. It's been very difficult to keep trying to heal when you feel so broken yourself, and so
Yeah.
take the time to really heal your own wounds too. It's a time to look at those wounds, and why did that upset me so much? Question yourself. Why am I triggered by someone not getting the vaccine or getting the vaccine? Why does that trigger me?
Yeah.
Why does that upset me? What's right for me, and how do I feel about this?
Right. Right.
And make
Yeah.
your own gut decision on things, instead of, because you'll just be so torn. And as a healer, we're very open to energies, because that's what we do, is we're healing energies. We're
Mm-hmm.
listeners, and we're trying to guide to the light at all times. We're trying to uplift, and that's how I feel. What I'm trying to do is uplift, and bring us to a better place. And I know everyone listening to us feels the same way, because you wouldn't be listening to us if you didn't feel that way. So my
Mm-hmm.
heart goes out to you. Hang in there. The light is there. It just can feel diminished sometimes, and there's so many things thrown at us, and cancer and death and loss, is all around us. So
Yeah.
just remember, the light is there. We are the light, though. We are it. So we have to get that camaraderie back again
Yeah.
after we heal ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And it'd be nice, like, for us to try to support one another,
Yes.
even if we don't agree, or
Absolutely.
um,
Right.
yeah. And I mean, if you find, like, if something gets to you, leave it alone. Like, avoid it if you can.
Yes,
Right?
please do. Yes, because it's not right. It's not the right time for you to be thinking about this or
Yeah.
deciding this, or
Yeah.
it would come easier to you.
Yeah.
And it will come easier to you when it's the right time.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
beat yourself up either
Yeah.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Well, should we talk about something that's I think is a bit lighter? Is
Yes,
the spirit animal that came through,
I
which is
love it.
really interesting. The butterfly.
Yes, I love it.
I love the
Goes right in
butterfly. A
line.
lot of people,
Yeah.
I think, like butterflies. Yeah. And when the butterfly, it's like I kept seeing the butterfly. Like, so when I sit down, like, I will get like combination of images too. So it's like they're doing things. So it's like the butterfly. Well, more than one was like flying across my path here, and it was like the word emerging was with it. So it's like they go hand in hand, those two.
Yeah,
And when you think about it, that's what the butterfly is. Like, it emerged from its cocoon to become the butterfly,
that's right.
right?
Yeah. Talk about a transformation.
Yeah. So I feel like this is a month where things are emerging. Now,
Yes,
I
for
want to
sure.
say they're all good, but some people are going to, it's going to come through. Like, some people are going to look at it, well, this was something emerged that was like bad or hard, or you see what I mean in that light. But I want to say, when it comes down to it, there's a good reason why, or
Yeah.
there's going to be a benefit for it, why, maybe down the road, even though it might be, not the greatest news or not the greatest event, whatever at that moment, right?
Right.
But like, yeah, so emerging. And it's like, even as a collective too, it's like, what's emerging in our world? And it's like, you can go down many paths with that, right? Depending who you listen to or who you tune into, right?
Yeah.
What's emerging. Because there are some quite the ideas or quite,
Yeah.
plans or what people are saying that's emerging. It's like, yeah. Or who's coming out of the woodwork too, right? Who's
Yeah.
emerging out of the woodwork.
Yeah, for sure. I see a lot of that all over the place. And
Yeah.
this reemergence is a little unsettling as well, too, because there's nothing familiar, So you're just like, oh my gosh, everything's changing.
Yeah. Well, and even like, what is it? Like, I'm going back to COVID again. Even the COVID numbers, like they're emerging. Like it's all of a sudden like things were like low
Mhm.
or like, next to none. I think depending where you lived, and then all of a sudden it's like the numbers are emerging again. Like things are emerging out of that. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? I don't know. I
Yes.
didn't
Just like
want
the
to bring that
butterfly.
up, but okay, let's go light. So the butterfly, I think for a lot of people has special meaning.
Hmm.
I know it's highly regarded in the spiritual circles, right? Like with
Yeah.
different readers, because a lot of them think it has to do with, the spirit world or connection to heaven.
Yeah.
Um, I
Because they
think
do.
because they do, yeah, they do, yeah. I know it has special meaning with me, because of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what else would you say about the butterfly? What do you feel butterfly
I think the
means
butterfly is
to
very
you?
close to spirit. Sometimes I think spirit can take over the butterfly. I see the same butterfly for for my mother-in-law. Every year she comes and visits me in a butterfly form, and it's beautiful. And so I'm thinking it. I know that the butterflies are very close, but I think it is for us to observe that transformation, to observe that caterpillar going into a cocoon and truly transforming. And that's very much what we've done, right? We've all been cocooned and under quarantine one way or another.
Yeah,
And so now we're emerging, and new people, new situations, new jobs, new homes, new families, So
yeah,
it is
yeah.
a
I
reemergence.
knew, like, even I want to say how many of us knew us, like
And you us.
individually, like,
Absolutely.
knew you, because it's like, so many of our thoughts and feelings. Like, I want to say there was so much that changed internally that
Right.
it's like how we're emerging and how we're like interacting again in our outside world is a
Yeah,
reflection, right? So,
absolutely.
and for me, like butterflies are beautiful, right? So
Yeah,
I'm hoping,
me
I'm
too.
hoping to see more beauty
Me
in my
too.
surroundings and in other people. It's not always working, it hasn't been working so
I
far.
know.
Like,
I know. But hold
yeah,
on, they're coming. And
yeah,
sometimes it's just that they're there. It's just that we're not in the right place to see them. But the butterflies
yeah,
are still here. It's just that we're looking elsewhere right now.
yeah,
So we
yeah,
need to turn our attention back to the signs that are always there and always comforting us. The angels are always holding us
yeah.
and there, so.
Yeah. And I just want to remind everyone, like, I don't think I say this often enough, but when it comes to like the spirit animals, the main reason with them, like for me, my belief is like it's our medicine. It's like it helps us deal with and to navigate the human life, right?
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
think that's what they are. Like they bring in their spiritual qualities, and they physical qualities, and it's to help us, balance out this path on, journey, this medicine. So,
Absolutely.
I always recommend people like you look up the spiritual meaning of the butterfly or whatever animal, like, you come into contact with, because it's trying to teach us, it's trying to help
Yeah,
you in some manner. It's a medicine, right? And so the butterflies
absolutely.
are medicine this month. So even if you're thinking like, no, like, like me saying like, I haven't seen really that much beauty in my surroundings right now or noticed it, right?
Yeah,
So it's like, well, maybe the butterfly's there to teach me to find the beauty
Yeah.
in the, you know, in my
Right.
surroundings. It's always present. Like you said, it's always present. We just sometimes have to stop and it maybe take extra work to find it right
Yeah,
now.
maybe. I like
But
that.
yeah, so think of the butterfly as, you know, it's our medicine this month, and look up the meaning of it. And
Yeah.
another trick I do is I know everyone has a cell phone and everyone puts pictures on it. So on my screen, I always put what the month's spirit animal is on my phone, because I'm always looking at
That's
it.
a good idea.
And for me, it's a good reminder, like, you know, especially when I'm feeling crappy, because you're always looking at your phone, or often, right? And it's like, oh, I see the butterfly there.
Yeah.
Okay, butterfly, you know, and you can do whatever, like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
love that.
call it
That's a great
in.
idea.
Hmm.
Yeah. Law of attraction is in play there for sure. Right.
Yeah,
Hello
yeah,
to Samantha, and Becky's got some great ideas about
yeah,
the pandemic forcing us into introspection. You know, the quarantine forced us into introspection. That's why we're emerging new people, right?
yeah.
Right. And this new cycle is for all. It really was a reset kind of for the world, right?
Mm.
And there's Ava. Hello. Yeah, like a
Yes, hi,
reset
Eva.
button. So now you gotta emerge. And who are you? And what do you think? And
Yeah,
yeah.
and and we're discovering what we're made of and who we truly are,
Oh,
right?
you got that right. We
Right.
are being tested. Absolutely. I've had more tests this year than I can handle. I really have. It started with Kyla dying, my puppy. Out of the blue, just went. And then a month later, Dad was diagnosed. And then last week, Peggy. And it's just been it. And I know I'm not alone in that, but I
Yeah.
am really done with the tests. I really am. I know this is to see how I will handle this new, these new things in my life. But I'm done. I
I
don't
think a
want
lot
any
of us,
more.
you know, and this is like where I come from, the point, like, of when I look at numerology, I'm going to try to explain this clearly and simply. Okay. So when you come across numbers, the more the number repeats, my experience, I'm speaking from experience from doing readings and living a numerologist's life, is it's hard. The harder it is,
Right?
because it's like, because the number repeats, so it's like you're getting, you know, hit time and time again, or from all these different directions.
Yes.
It's one thing after another.
Yes.
Like you're being really challenged to master and to rise above, and the way to do it is to get hit time and time and time again, right?
I know.
So that's how I look at it. I don't know if that made sense. So like
It does.
20, like if we look 2020, because there's two twos, two zeros.
Yeah.
2021, there's two twos. Next year, I mean 2022, like, whoa,
Yeah.
hang on, you guys. There's three twos. So yeah, so it's going to be quite intense, 2022. It's going to be quite the year,
I
I
think so too.
believe.
Yeah. I
I
think
do.
2022 for me is going to be kind of I've been thinking that, as you know, for years, right? I said, way
Mhm.
before any 2020 pandemics, or
Yeah.
I've been saying 2022 for me is going to be the change around for me. I just felt it. So I'm waiting.
It's, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's Sherry's mom. I haven't seen or heard from her in forever. Hello, Renee. I hope you're doing well. Oh my
Aw,
gosh, look at
that's
all
nice.
these people.
That's nice to have,
Right?
show. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Ava has a nice comment too. Um,
Sometimes she sees butterflies and she thinks they're her mom and grandma.
yeah.
Yes, they are. That's because they are, Ava.
Yeah. They are.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I believe butterflies carry messages from the spirit world.
Oh,
I do.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And Ava, like, yeah, this isn't a show where we're giving, free mini readings. Like, that's another show. This is like, we're just talking about the energies for August, according to numerology, the tarot, and the butterfly spirit animal.
But we will. We
But we
will.
will do a free reading show,
Yeah.
in the next, I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, like, if all goes well according to plan, because
Yes.
it's been a loopy summer.
It
Things
sure
changing all the
is.
time.
all the
That's
time.
the energy. Like you just have to deal with it. Like
Go with the flow. That's what
just
I think Spirit's trying to tell us, really, is just go with it. There's nothing you can do. There's no reason to swim upstream and exhaust yourself. There's just no
yeah,
reason. So just pull up those oars.
yeah. Oh, we lost Julie as I was losing my earpiece. So we'll wait for Julie to join in. She must have got kicked off because of the internet. And we'll see what she has to say. I'm just looking at my notes here. Oh, here we go.
There you go. Prime example.
Go with the flow. Look
Go
at,
with the
yeah.
flow.
I know that's how it's been this summer with the show. Like,
It has. I know. I don't know why I just drop out.
I know, and then I'm left here like on
I
my
know.
own, and I
Feel
don't
so
like
bad for
that.
you.
If anyone's been watching this show, it's like I don't like doing the show by myself. I don't.
I would hate it. I would hate it. If you kept dropping out on me, I'd be like, damn it.
I'm like a deer caught in headlights. Like, what? What do I say now?
Right.
Who do I look at? Oh my God.
You do good.
I would never make a good solo talk
Yes,
show
you
host.
would.
No, I
That's
would
not
not.
true. You do
I
just fine.
I like partnering up. That's how I am. And
Me
it's
too.
like life seems to throw me things where it's like, no, you got to do it on your own. No,
Right?
you got to do it by yourself. But I want a partner to help me with this.
Please.
Come on.
I'm here. I'm here. I'll come right back as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think, what do you think?
I think so. I want to say hi to KJ. Kyla here, first time viewer, would deeply appreciate a reading. Yes, when we come back, probably in 2 weeks, we're hoping. Maybe next week, but probably 2 weeks.
Yeah. This isn't our free mini reading show.
Right.
And she's got the same name as your puppy that you
I
just
know.
mentioned. Oh my
I
God.
know.
Look, that's a butterfly.
That is a
That a
butterfly.
butterfly
Thank you, Kyla. Yes.
theme it is. See, you
Right.
guys? See, we're
She's
not
here.
cuckoo. We're not we're not all woohoo. We know
Right?
what we're talking about sometimes. I like it when it proves.
I do too.
When we
I
say in
love
the
it. I'm
show.
so grateful. I'm
Not
so
because,
grateful.
not for being right, but just to show like there is magic in the
Yes.
universe. There is something more to life than meets the eye.
Yes. I love that, Tina.
Yeah.
Yes. There is
Yeah.
still magic here. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what else to add. It's right. It's almost like, because it's like, it's like we just got right to it, and that's the energies of the month. It's like, so I just wanted to put it out there. There's a few weeks left. This is a good time to get organized and to prepare. So, if that means like you've been procrastinating on certain things in your life, try to get at it now, because this is the energies will support that, or support you getting that done, or getting it going, tackling it. Okay,
Yes.
so that's a good time. It's also a good time to do research. So if you're like hemming and hawing about certain choices and you're not sure, this is a good time to find, to look for the answers, because you'll find the pieces and determine, okay, what's my next step? What's my next step?
Right.
Okay.
I love that. And write down the pros and cons of each thing. That's so helpful to go back to basics on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I was going to say one more thing too, because I wanted to bring this up. It was interesting because butterflies remind me of the lungs, right, and the breath.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
And the 4 is connected to the breath as well, I find. So it's like I've been catching myself, like I find sometimes with the 4 energy, you'll hold your breath, and you might not always, be conscious of it. So, but I've caught myself a few times. It's like, why am I holding my breath?
Yeah, I've been holding my breath for years.
Right. So it's almost like, this is, use the breath, be conscious of your breath. The other thing I notice, like, I think it depends where you live. So my area, especially this past few days or so, the air quality has been terrible because of all the forest. Yeah, you're too. Yeah. So with the forest fires, so that affects our breath. And I noticed, like, before in the past, because it's not the first time, right?
Yeah, right. No,
that the air's been bad.
Right.
But it's like this time around, it's like I can really feel it, and I can really, like, it's really bothering me this time. So it's like, yeah, just be mindful of your breath and use the breath to help you calm you down or to center you. So you don't have to listen to anyone. It's just a matter of like deep breath in and out, and do it a few times, and you'll find you'll calm down with each breath. It does work.
It does.
I believe in it.
Absolutely. I believe in it fully.
Yeah.
I do that. You and I do that before every show. It just helps. Just breathe. Keep breathing. Keep breathing.
Yeah. So, and then I believe, who's this? Before we go, because is it Sherry? Is her name?
Oh, yes.
Sherry Woods, is that her name?
Reminds
Sherry?
me, do you two do this every week at this time?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Well, we do. Yeah, that's Sherry. That's my friend Sherry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we do. We're going to come back every week too, sooner or later. Maybe we're talking about our schedule, but right now it's every 2 weeks. We're trying, but things have just been coming up, Sherry. So watch Tina's. If you go to Enlighten Energy's Facebook page, then she puts out the post on there too, and you can set a reminder for yourself when it come on. So, but thank you. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, I'll just put that there for Enlighten Energy. Yeah. Yeah. So, but we always come Monday afternoons. That's her name, right? Sherry?
Yes, Sherry, yes.
Is she in Arizona?
She's in Utah. So pretty close.
Is it the same time zone?
It varies because Arizona doesn't change. So sometimes we're on the same time.
Oh, I see. Okay. So if it would be like noon Arizona time, no, it's always noon, isn't it?
Always noon. Yes, always noon.
Yeah, it's me that changes because I changed the clock where I live. Yeah. So anyway, so it's noon half the year, and then half the year it's always noon Arizona time. We'll just make it easy instead of complicating it.
We've already
we pick Monday.
Yes,
we picked Monday because it's a slow day. Well, usually slow day for Julie and I. But yeah, and we try to talk a different topic each time. But yeah, Sherry, if you or even I don't know, message Julie when she knows. Like usually we know and make the post the night before.
Yeah.
So Sunday evenings. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but we would love for you to come.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Renee. Thank you to your mom too. That was so sweet. That made my whole day. Thank you so much. Love you guys.
I just have to laugh here. So someone put an angry face on as a reaction, and I'm like, I wonder why this.
I wonder what we were talking about.
I wonder what's angry.
I wonder.
That's okay.
That'll be interesting to see.
Darn, August makes me mad. Like I hope that's what it's about.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she missed him because she was working. That's okay. You have a new life now. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, they're on the Facebook page. Like, you can view them later.
Yes.
And then I put them on the YouTube channel, and you can view them there too if you want to. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but we appreciate all the support. So
yes, thank you all. Thank you all so much.
And I guess I should say, because I don't say it often enough, we don't toot our own horns.
Yeah.
If you guys want a private reading, contact Julie, contact myself if you want to book a reading. There we go. Email us.
Yes, please. See where the energies are taking you. It's always good to get a private reading. Honestly, I do it all the time because I'm so curious. It's hard to read for yourself, don't you think? So
sometimes it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, I got tricks and tips with that, but I'm the same way too, because I like to read the cards, and I'll do mine, and I'll be like, I don't know. Yeah. I'll look at something. Oh no, right? Yeah, but it's nice. It is. It's nice to get insights from a different perspective and different alternative way. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
all right.
I guess that's the show, everyone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for sharing in the chat room.
Yes.
And everyone be well, be safe.
Yes.
I want to say
breathing.
Keep breathing. Yeah. Yeah.
Hanging
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of love and light to you all.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Tina.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.